Hi, this is Zebrany. Welcome to my hair transformation journey. Honestly, I was at the point where I thought I just had to accept that my hair was going to be thin and flaky forever. I'd tried pretty much everything. But then, I committed to trying one simple thing every single day. And what happened after 30 days genuinely blew my mind. This is without a doubt my most requested video, and today I'm finally taking you through the entire journey. We're going to cover how bad my hair situation really was, the one product that made all the difference, the exact daily routine I used, and the before and after photos you just have to see to believe. I was losing all hope with my thinning, dandruff-prone hair, and then I started this one daily habit that led to a transformation I truly did not see coming. Before we get into the solution, you need to understand the starting point. My hair story wasn't always a sad one. The women in my family have good hair, and for most of my life mine was fine. It was thick enough, grew pretty fast, and I never had to think about it. But then, a few years back, that all started to change. It was subtle at first. You know, a few extra strands in my hairbrush, a little more hair circling the shower drain. I just blew it off as stress or seasonal shedding, anything but a real problem. So there I was, scrolling on my phone late one night, deep in some hair-form rabbit hole, when I found something that felt different. It wasn't some miracle pill or a super complicated expensive system. It was way simpler. People were talking about the practice of hair oiling, and specifically argan oil. It comes from Morocco, and for centuries, women there have used it to protect their hair and skin from the desert sun. I was skeptical, obviously. I'd tried oils before, and they always made my fine hair feel like a greasy, weighed-down mess. But people were describing modern argan oil formulas as lightweight, saying they were made to sink into the hair instead of just sitting on top. What really got me was the thinking behind it. Argan oil is full of things my hair was screaming for: vitamin E, antioxidants, and essential fatty acids. The idea isn't necessarily that it's a magic growth potion for new hair. It's more about creating a healthier environment for the hair you already have. The fatty acids and vitamin E moisturize the hair, which helps it hold on to moisture and makes it more elastic, meaning less breakage. I even saw a mention of a small 2010 study where vitamin E supplements showed potential in supporting hair growth. The oil's anti-inflammatory properties could also help soothe my angry, irritated scalp. After a lot of reading, the product I chose was the Zebrany Moroccan Oil 5+ Argan Oil Hair Treatment. I picked this one because reviewers kept saying how lightweight it was, and that it was formulated not just for shine, but to help with scalp health and dandruff. I told myself I'd do it for 30 days. just a few drops, once a day. I took my before pictures, trying to capture my thinning part and the dull, sad state of my hair, and I started the experiment, truly not expecting much. So, what did I actually do? The absolute key was consistency and making the routine so easy that I couldn't make excuses to skip it. I found the best time to do it was at night, about an hour before bed. First, I'd brush my hair to get rid of any tangles, so the oil could spread easily. Then, I'd put just 2 or 3 drops of the Zebrany serum into my palm. I'd rub my palms together for about 10 seconds to warm the oil up. With the warm oil on my fingertips, I'd start to massage my scalp. I worked in sections, starting at my hairline and using gentle but firm circles with the pads of my fingers, never my nails. I'd slowly work my way back from the front to the crown, then down the sides, and finally to the back of my neck. It helps stimulate blood flow to your follicles. Better circulation can mean more nutrients getting to the hair's root, creating a stronger foundation. I would spend a solid 3 to 5 minutes on this every night. Honestly, it became a really nice, relaxing ritual at the end of the day. After the scalp massage, I'd have just a tiny bit of oil left on my hands. That was the perfect amount for the rest of my hair. I might add 1 single extra drop, rub my hands together again, and then gently smooth my hands over the mid-lengths to the ends. The focus here is on the oldest, most fragile part of your hair. This is where the breakage and split ends happen. The oil coats the hair, smooths it down, locks in moisture, and protects it. This is what helps stop that constant breaking that was keeping my hair stuck at one length. It also tames frizz and gives you that silky, shiny look. I was always careful not to put a lot of oil near the roots or on my lengths, just that super light coating. That's how you get the benefits without weighing your hair down. Once everything was applied, I'd gently brush through my hair one last time with a wide-tooth comb to make sure the oil was distributed evenly. Then, I'd loosely tie my hair up in a silk scrunchie to sleep, which helps prevent breakage from rubbing on the pillow. That's it. The whole thing took less than 7 minutes. It wasn't messy or complicated, and it was so easy to stick with. The simplicity was the real secret, and this one little habit was about to change everything. Okay, this is the part I have been so excited to share with you. Seeing the little changes day by day was cool, but looking at the before and after photos side by side is what really floored me. For the first week, I didn't see some huge change in hair growth, and you shouldn't expect that. This is a long game, but what I noticed almost right away was how my hair felt. After just 2 or 3 nights, that dry, straw-like feeling started to be replaced by something softer and silkier. By the end of week 2, the first huge win happened. My scalp felt so much better. The constant maddening itchiness started to fade. I nervously wore a black sweater, and at the end of the day, I checked my shoulders in the mirror. There was almost nothing there. The soothing properties of the oil were clearly calming my scalp down. This alone felt like a miracle. My hair was also less frizzy and was getting a little bit of shine back that had been gone for years. This is when I started to get really excited. Around day 30, the biggest change was how much less my hair was shedding. The hair in the shower drain was noticeably less. My brush wasn't totally full of hair every time I used it. Because my hair was breaking less, it was finally holding on to its length. It felt like the oil was making my hair stronger and more resilient. My friends started to notice. "Your hair looks so shiny," one of them said. Another asked if I'd gotten a cut because it looked fuller at the ends. It was the first time in years I'd gotten a compliment on my hair, and it felt amazing. At the end of the 2 months, I took my after photos. When I put them next to the pictures from day 1, my jaw just dropped. The difference was unreal. My part line, which had been looking so wide, looked so much denser. It's hard to know if it's all brand new growth, but because the breakage had reduced so much, the hair I had was actually staying on my head, which created a much fuller look. I could see tiny new baby hairs popping up along my hairline, which felt like a sign that my healthier scalp was finally a good place for hair to grow. The overall health of my hair was just on another level. It was shinier than it had ever been. I've seen brands claim their oil can boost shine by over 100%, and honestly, after seeing my hair, I kind of get it. It was soft, easy to comb through, and had a healthy bounce to it. And the scalp issues? Completely gone. I could wear black with zero anxiety. My hair was also clearly longer. Since it wasn't snapping off at the ends anymore, it had finally grown past that stubborn shoulder-length wall. This whole thing wasn't just about how my hair looked, it was how I felt. My confidence came back. I stopped hiding from photos. I started wearing my hair down again, actually proud of it. I wasn't the girl with bad hair anymore. This one simple daily habit had completely turned around years of frustration. So let's just quickly recap what made this work and what you should know if you want to try it. The magic wasn't just the oil, it was doing it every single day. Choose the right oil. Look for a lightweight, high-quality argan oil-based serum. Not all oils are the same. You want one that sinks in easily and is made for both your hair and your scalp. Pure argan oil is amazing, but formulas like the Zebrany one or the original Moroccan oil treatment often have other ingredients that make them easier to use and less greasy. Less is more. This is the most important tip. Please do not drown your hair in oil. Start with 2, 3 drops for your whole head. You can always add 1 more if your hair is super long or thick, but it should never feel greasy. Focus on the scalp massage. Don't just smear the oil on. That 3-5-minute massage is so important for stimulating circulation and getting those nourishing ingredients right to the roots of your hair. This is what helps address the source of the thinning and scalp irritation. Be patient and consistent. You'll feel the softness almost immediately, but the bigger changes in thickness and length take time. Give it at least 30, and ideally 60, consistent days to really see what it can do. Don't get discouraged in week 1. Now, I'm so curious about you guys. Have you ever tried a single daily habit that changed everything for you? It doesn't even have to be about hair. Let me know down in the comments. I seriously love reading your stories. If you told me 3 months ago that my hair could look and feel like this, I would have laughed in your face. I was so sure I was stuck with thin, flaky, brittle hair for good. I'd lost all hope, and my confidence was at an all-time low. This whole experience taught me that sometimes the biggest changes don't come from some crazy, expensive routine, but from small, consistent acts of self-care. Committing to that 7-minute ritual every night became more than just putting oil in my hair. It was about taking a moment for myself. The results, the shine, the strength, the density, the clear scalp, were life-changing. But the biggest change was getting my confidence back. If you're out there struggling with your hair, feeling hopeless and frustrated like I was, I just want you to know that it can get better. You don't have to just accept it. Maybe this routine is your answer, or maybe it's something else, but please don't give up on finding what works for you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and letting me share this journey. It really means a lot. If you want to follow along with more of my hair experiments and tips, make sure you're subscribed. And if this video was helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps my channel out. I'll see you in the next one.